All right, welcome back to your night guide for Mana Celestia characters. Today, we're going to talk about Titiana and cover her and go over her very, very well. So, before we get into it, make sure you do the thing that helps me grow, and I will help you grow with knowledge. How about that?
And as usual, stay triggered. Pew pew. Pew.
All right, today we're going to talk about Titiana. Now, this is a strange name that some people haven't seen before. It looks like Titiana. Some people say Titiana, but I looked it up, and apparently most cultures will say Tishana. So I may have said that wrong in the past. Please forgive me for that. I didn't know. But here we go. Let's talk about Tishana. And what is she? Is she good? Should we worry about her? Blah, 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 this, that, and the other thing. Now, we just talked about this with Avril before, where 3 E and C were at this point in here. She is level 25, though, so that does affect the rune growth as far as all that is concerned. Now, you might say, well, because sorry, I didn't mean Avril, I mean Largo. I'm going to get to Avril pretty soon here, but as far as it's concerned, as far as her stat growths and everything is concerned, she's actually pretty decent. She's surprisingly decent. I like using Tishana. She's actually pretty reliable on a team. You can run Rudo with her. She can keep Rudo healed up so he can frontline the whole thing and just work her like a dream. You could do the same thing for Gilliam too, but if you want a more reliable healer, I think she's probably the better one to go to here. So if we're going to look at some stats, we're going to run over some things. Let's do that, and we'll get into it here. But let's look at her profile real fast, just so you kind of get to know who Tishana is. So we can do this here. So she is a female, 26. Her class is Saint right now that I have her at. A tomboy who was born in Mana Celestia nobility. She first charged on the battlefield in pursuit of a knight she had fallen in love with. In the past, she was censured for healing both enemies and allies on the battlefield, but Holy Sovereign Romanov found her actions noble and pardoned her, even appointing her at his side. Though the knight she was chasing has escaped, her deep sense of humanity makes her stay on the battlefield anyway, healing anyone needing treatment. So she's kind of a humanitarian in a way. She's a pretty nice woman. And honestly, stat-wise, pretty good. You know, hit points are kind of high, kind of low. I'm kind of in the middle there. Kind of okay with. MP is really, really good. 369. I really like that. Attack's okay. I'm not even worried about attack. It's not important. Strength, blah, blah, blah. Agility. Look at this agility. 82. She can dodge things. She's a little bit of a dodge artist, so that's really good. And intelligence at 90 means that she's one of my main knights I'm going to go to. Because when I'm looking at healers, only thing I want to focus on are three big stats: MP, intelligence, and agility. If she can dodge things and she has a lot of MP, then she can just heal for a while and do a good job at that. That's what I want to focus on. Her rune power, 281. Not quite the highest, but the same thing that happened with the Empire in the previous game. Some of the healers weren't that great with rune power, so there's a little bit of caveat there. So she starts with a staff. You can give her a staff here. I'm highlighting right here with the equipment. You can give her a light robe, a light hat, and a ring. That's what you can give to her. She has 3 white dots, being a saint. Let's check out her skill magic here. Heavy swings, basic attack. That's really all you get, is just hit with your stick, and that's it for attack. So don't consider putting them in front line to be a frontline fighter. Yes, they can do okay damage, but it's nothing to... Just don't. Just don't do it. The cool thing is, with these saints of the new game, they get this area cure. You see how high of a radius this is? This is massive. It's a massive radius here. Look at this. Look at the green circle around which it can... circumference right there. This goes to range of 4. And you can area cure pretty much anything with that. So let's look at what that says. Moves the following status conditions. 4 hex radius. Poison, paralyze, faint, Charm, Petrify, and Silence. That's massive. That is a massive amount. Now, it doesn't do anything for a weakened status. You have to do a different spell for that, but that is huge. Now, it does have a big price tag to it with 117 MP. You know, that is quite pricey. But, you know, if you need to do it and there's a whole team you're going up against that are rocks or let's say they're mandrakes or something like that, it will be perfect on a battlefield for that. So if you're going up against the Shinobi team, bring her in as a saint. You can cleanse all that up in one turn and move on with your day, right? Now, here's a new spell called Veil. If you haven't seen it before, it's got an interesting idea to it. I'm still trying to figure out when to really fully utilize it. I don't know when to do it. I know the AI does this a lot. Now, these are all pre-moves here, as you can see. So you got to stand there for a turn to do any of these spells, right? But this Veil spell essentially does covers an ally within 3 hex radius that will nullify all damage and effects of the next magic attack received. So it nullifies a damage attack. So let's say they wanted to do a curse spell on you or Meteor Doom. You knew Meteor Doom was coming and you wanted to put a Veil on somebody. Well, when they put the Meteor Doom on you, it won't affect you. Now, I don't know if they've done any updates. I'm pretty sure maybe they haven't. But the problem with Veil is that if you put a Veil on a guy that you need to heal and you cast a heal on him, it won't heal them. It'll essentially just dissolve whatever spell comes to them next. So if you try to heal them, you could essentially keep yourself from getting healed that way. So there's goods and bads with Veil, and it's 86 MP. It's a new spell to the Brigandine franchise as far as the game is concerned. I really never use this spell. I don't know when you'll want to use it, but let me know if you find a good opportunity for it. I'm still trying to think in my head as to when I could use this to be advantageous. I just can't think about that right now. I can't visualize what I need it for. So I really don't know why it was put into the game. I think they were trying to come up with an idea, and then they kind of went from there. I don't even know why it has 3 elements to it. It doesn't really need it. It's just like a prevention spell in a way. But, you do whatever you want to do. If you find, please let me know. If you find an acceptable term to Veil here, as far as usability, let me know. Because I would love to know when I can use this. And I've been playing this game for years. I'm still trying to figure that out. So if you know, tell me. I will help other people. All right, so next up is Heal. It has the same power ratio that it had in the original game and Grand Edition and now. That has never changed. That is the one thing in the entire game that has never changed. I'm actually quite happy. There are a couple things that, haven't changed around. So it's still 2 elements, still a 3 space radius for this, still 65 MP to do the spell. It's great. I love it. You're going to need it. If you're new to the game and you're playing this game, how do I heal my guys? You use the spell Heal. I know in like Final Fantasy it's a little different with cures and heals and stuff. So I know it can get confusing, but just remember in this game, Heal is your HP healing ability. So restores a major amount of HP to 1 ally unit within 3 hex radius. So you're probably wondering too, like, how much does it heal? Well, that's basically based upon the power of the spell and a calculation also tied into their intelligence. So her having 94 intelligence mixed in with, that 180 power means it's going to be a good heal spell. It'll be, I don't know, maybe 200 to 250, depending upon what you're healing and all that. But it's going to be really, really good. So the higher intelligence you have using the heals, the better. And she's got high intelligence, so she's going to be great at that. All right, let's move on here. Cure is the same thing it was in all the other games. Essentially what you saw with the area cure. All the same stuff. Poison, Paralyze, Faint, Charm, Petrify, and Silence. Has a 4 distance radius. Very much like this. Now, the only difference here that you're like, well, what's the difference here? Does this area cure go out to 4 spaces? And then, no. Area Cure covers this entire space here that's within green. So you are here on the map. You are here, wherever you are on the map. And it goes 4 spaces away and covers everything surrounding her in a 4-space radius. Now, I have to say this because this might make some people less confused, as far as what we're talking about. But Cure will start here and then go out to one individual within this radius here, but not cover the whole area. Okay, so that's why it says area cure and then just cure. Some people can get confused on that, and I just want to clarify that. I know for those of you that already know that, you're good. You're good to go. All right, so Halo, pretty much the same thing that we had before with increasing your experience. So it's a 1.5 modifier for the experience you get when you hit the monster while you have a Halo spell on. So it increases your experience, but it also guarantees that you will hit the monster. Guarantees the next skill or spell of the ally unit within the 4 hex radius. So it guarantees the spell or skill, right? So that's pretty powerful. You might want to use that on your rocket golem throws. Hint, hint. Wink, wink. There you go. There's your little... Well, I don't really do wink, wink, but I do hint, hint, you know. So here you go. That's what you'll need to know for that. It does have a 4 hex radius, which is pretty long. That's what... And also it shows you it's in yellow here. You see how the color is green and yellow? Well, yellow just means it's a supplemental skill. It's a supporting skill or supporting magic. It's not healing or damaging. It just, you give it to your ally to do extra, you know, to do the guaranteed hit with extra experience. It helps you finishing off some certain bosses and things like that. Also helps you with your weak agility characters to guarantee they get a hit, because sometimes, you know, they're pretty terrible. You kind of need to give them a little, you know, got to throw them a bone sometimes, right? All right, so let's move on to area heal. Area heal, very much like the Phoenix heal, goes around 2 space radius around you and heals up everything around you. Let's look at what it says here. Restores moderate amount of HP to all ally units within a 2 hex radius. High level healing spell. It's pretty good. It's actually... It's 147 for MP, so it's a little bit costly, right? It's a little bit costly, but you get to heal everybody for 120. Now, what's the difference between this and a regular heal? Well, the regular heal right here, you see 180, and the 120 here, essentially, you're not getting as strong of a heal as the basic heal, but you can heal multiple units. So in case you've gotten hit with a wide spell radius attack a few different times, area heal would be a little bit better to use than just the basic heal, because then, you know, everybody's getting a heal, right? So what I would say is, if you're getting hit with a lot of characters are getting hit and at least 2 of them to 3 or more are really damaged and you want to keep them alive, try to focus area heal if you can get all of that accomplished. That's why you want the healers in the middle of your squad, so you can get an area heal them all up. All right, so that should cover that. And if you just want to focus on one monster because you really like this monster the most, like a dragon or a snake or a shadow goblin, whatever, you know, floats your boat, then focus the heals on that other monster. All right, so we also have right down here the Divine Ray. Now, this is what you get from the Angel class to do a bomb on anything within a 2 space radius, as you see around here. You know, whatever's around the center target there, she can bomb them from 1 to 2 spaces away. And it's pretty good. It actually has been nerfed. Now, you think, no, it hasn't been nerfed. There's no way. There's no way, Veracity. There's no way. It has. In the past, Divine Rays were the same as heals with 180. Now, it's 170. Because in the past, 170 was the power spell of the curse. Now the curse is down to 160. So yeah, they actually nerfed it. So it's still good in this game, but it's not as good as it was before. So what I would recommend is that if you have to take something on with a Divine Ray, go for it. But otherwise, as a healer, you probably just want to keep her as a healer, because you just have a better time overall with that. Now, Divine Ray still costs 112 like it used to, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's kind of it for this. Video. But you know, she's pretty good. I have a pretty good reliability rate with her. She doesn't disappoint me that much. You know, I do pretty well with her in a team. If you want to make a team that you're not sure that's going to come out well and survive, she's kind of my go-to character for that. So, there you go. There's my opinion there. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, help me grow, and I'll help you grow with knowledge. How about that? That'd be a good exchange of goods and services, right? All right. So I'll see you in the next Mana Celestia character video. I think we're going to be covering Avril next. I'll have to look at my list, but I think we'll cover Avril next, and we'll go from there. All right, everybody. Have a good night. See you later.